was reported 3 days later was because the official media needed to investigate whether the Bayesian system was fake. Otherwise, once the news was cracked down after being logged in, it would be an extremely serious accident. So under the leadership of the government, professional and technical personnel affiliated with the official Academy of Sciences, as well as personnel sent by several domestic universities with top computer departments, formed a large professional team. Over the next 3 days, this professional team conducted a comprehensive and rigorous test on the Bayesian system. It was finally determined that the kernel and key code of the Bayesian system are different from any existing operating system. It is not copied from other English codes and then translated into Chinese. It can basically be confirmed that it is self-developed and has independent property rights. It was only after receiving the appraisal certificate issued by this technical team that the official media felt relieved, and the report on Bayesian technology appeared on the evening news tonight. As expected, when the Bayesian system was officially launched on the evening news, the number of activations ushered in a terrifying explosion. The next day, which was the 5th day after the system was released, Luo Yang finally breathed a sigh of relief after getting the latest data for the first time. 1.2 million units activated. Compared with the amount of activations the previous day, it had quadrupled. The official action was indeed extraordinary. Do the simplest multiplication, multiply 299 yuan by 1.2 million units, rounded to 360 million. 5 days, 360 million. This means that there is nearly 360 million in cash lying in the company account of Bayesian Technology. Of course, the online payment fee will be deducted from this money, and taxes will have to be paid at the end of the month, so the money you get is not that much. In addition, after the technical team issued the appraisal report, Shenzhen took the initiative to identify Bayesian Technology as a high-tech enterprise and can enjoy the 2-year exemption and 3-year half-off discount. This means that Bayesian Technology can be exempted from paying corporate income tax for the next 2 years, which can be said to have saved a lot of money. After making more than 300 million in 5 days, the entire Bayesian Technology was going crazy with joy. Because the current employees of Bayesian Technology were all recruited by Luo Yang from the Computer Science Department of FUDA, and they are among the first batch of veteran employees. Everyone has subscribed for a part of the employees from the 10% stock pool options reserved by Luo Yang in advance. Stock. This also means that every penny earned by Bayesian Technology has their dividends, and they have already earned 360 million in just 5 days. Even if we do not take into account the further surge in subsequent activation volume, based on this activation rate alone, we can reach a pre-tax profit of 26.2 billion in 1 year. 26.2 billion, which is equivalent to 4 billion United States dollars. Dollars at today's real-time exchange rate. Luo Yang did the math himself and was shocked. High-tech companies are indeed extremely profitable. No wonder in the previous world, so many skilled people were unwilling to engage in scientific research. Money is so attractive. His exclamation mark. Han Yong took a breath after seeing this data and could not help feeling a little emotional. It seems that no matter how popular the ordinary media is, in the end, they cannot compare to the official media. Of course, as an official organization, the authority of the evening news is absolutely unquestionable. In fact, according to the research reports of the marketing department in the past few days, although we have released the Bayesian system, there are still many people who have doubts about the manner. Luo Yang spread his hands. Actually, if it were me, my thoughts would be similar to most people's. And this time, the official media report is an endorsement of the Bayesian system. With the official credibility guarantee, it is normal for the system activation volume to explode. The ratio between the number of downloads and the number of activations was very low before. This does not mean that most people are used to pirated copies, but they still have a skeptical attitude towards Bayesian technology. Even those users who have been activated come here purely for the idea of self-sustaining domestic products and do not care about losing some money. There are also some young users who worship Luo Yang and pay for their idol. This time, the official media officially reported it, which completely stabilized the morale of the military. If nothing else happens, the number of activations will explode in the next few days, and many users who were skeptical before will switch to Bayesian technology. These are just small amounts of money. Luo Yang's last sentence made everyone present burst into laughter. Yes, probably no one except Jack Ma does not like small money. In the blink of an eye, a week has passed since the press conference. During this week, the download volume of Bayesian's system reached a new high, exceeding 15 million units. The number of system activations has reached 3 million units. After logging into the evening news, the number of system activations experienced a surge, but those were all users who had been waiting and watching. The new data in the following days was not that much. On average, the number of new activations was about 450,000 units per day. This means that Bayesian technology is guaranteed to receive 130 million yuan every day. We cannot keep going like this. The fixed handling fee of 0.6% is too expensive. Can't it be lowered? Although Bayesian technology has been making a lot of money these days, Luo Yang is very unhappy at the moment. Because domestic mobile payment is too developed, most users now pay through mobile payment. This is why Bayesian technology has launched Weixin, a payment package. This is where the problem lies. The two giants charge merchants a unified price of 0.6%. This week, Bayesian technology has earned 900 million from operating system business alone, which means that the handling fees paid to these two giants alone are as high as 5.4 million. Standing in front of Luo Yang is Linya, assistant to the president and director of the finance department. She is a junior from the finance department of Fuda. She joined Bayesian technology when it was established and has now completed her credits and graduated 1 year ahead of schedule. Linya said she was also helpless. The public relations department has negotiated with Weixin and payment package, and the other party is only willing to give up 0.55% at most. Luo Yang closed his eyes and meditated. He had contact with Jack Ma twice. The first time was when the other party invited him to work at Alibaba, and the second time was when they communicated at the press conference. However, the relationship between the two can only be regarded as acquaintances. Linya continued, not just Weixin and payment package, the third-party handling fee for domestic mobile payment is basically 0.6%. A few third-party payments with lower market shares can make concessions, but the frequency of user use is very low. It does not matter if the frequency of use is low, the important thing is to save the handling fee. Now Bayesian technology has the qualifications to talk to other giants. Since Weixin and payment package are unwilling to give in, let us create our own third-party payment. Luo Yang made the final decision. At the same time, he also understands why today's internet companies are keen on making mobile payments themselves. Avoiding handling fees and completing business layout are part of the reasons. Another big reason is that the user data and flow of the company are all exposed to third-party payment without any guarantee. If it is a peer, third-party payment can easily analyze many important data of the opponent, which is absolutely unacceptable for an enterprise. It was for this reason that Jingxi Mall tried its best to get rid of the payment package and make its own online payment. Unexpectedly, the protagonist of this matter soon became Bayesian technology itself. It is imperative to create your own online payment. I also have the same idea. Because the issuance of payment licenses has been stopped, it can only be obtained by acquiring existing third-party payment companies. I sorted out the information of all domestic mobile payment companies and removed companies that have been acquired or controlled by other internet companies. In addition, there are more than a dozen neutral third-party payment companies. But the payment licenses of these companies are different. Among them, online payment business is the largest, and the licenses are relatively cheap. The comprehensive business licenses are more expensive. According to the current market price, the comprehensive payment license with the widest business scope has been speculated to be more than 3 billion yuan. While investigating, I also discovered something interesting. Lin Ya smoothed the hair around her ears and continued. One of the third-party payment companies has secretly reached an equity acquisition agreement with ByteJump. This means that the top 10 internet companies in the country already have their own payment licenses, directly or indirectly. Although Beichin technology has been established for a short time, and its current profit points mainly come from the operating system business, we also have a search engine business, so competition with Qiandu is inevitable, and Beichin technology is also an internet company, and has rapidly. It is only a matter of time before it rises and ranks among the top 10 domestic internet companies. So it does not matter to us whether Weixin and Payment Package reduce the handling fees, because mobile payment is where Beichin technology has to get involved. Luo Yang smiled. Lin Ya had been with him since graduating from school and grew up very fast. Yes, as you said, mobile payment is something we must get involved in. Microsoft is a step late in this regard. Although there were rumors a few years ago that Microsoft was going to develop its own mobile payment. But there has been no movement for several years. Are there any suitable acquisition targets? There are a total of 11 companies that are most suitable, but apart from platform thunderstorms and bad business, only 5 are the most suitable. Lin Ya immediately handed over several documents and introduced them one by one. First of all, Beichin technology will definitely become a giant in the future, and it will be the world's top giant. Then our vision cannot be too narrow. A payment license with too single business is not suitable for us in the long run. My opinion is to get it right in one step. Obtain a comprehensive business license. Although the price is a bit expensive, it is still worth the money as long as the official is not planning to continue to issue new licenses. Luo Yang took the document and looked at the information carefully. The 5 companies were all involved in mobile payments earlier and were among the first to obtain licenses. Their businesses vary. However, only 2 of them have comprehensive business licenses, and their business scope is very large, basically covering the business scope of Weixin and Payment Package. If Beichin technology wants to achieve success in one step, it can only choose one of these 2 companies, and of course, the price is not low. The first company has no other valuable assets. The only valuable thing is this payment license. The price is quoted at 3 billion yuan, but it does not accept shares and will only be packaged and sold. The second company has more assets. It has also opened an overseas payment business and is involved in ticket purchase hotel and other businesses. The business is relatively complicated, with a comprehensive quotation of 3.5 billion yuan. It currently only accepts shares. What's more important is that the second company has an official investment background. Once you take a stake, you are likely to get involved in some unnecessary trouble. Luo Yang has a headache. The cripples who choose generals are talking about the current situation. Of course, there is also a second option, which is to only obtain licenses with online payment services. The price is cheap, and the cheapest one can be obtained for more than 100 million. But in this way, if the mobile payment business expands in the future and wants to expand its business scope, it will need to reacquire a company with a richer license business. Judging from the current situation of saving huge handling fees, the second method is more suitable for the newly emerging Beichin technology.